for? Okay. There we go.
Okay. So
Boundaries.
this week has been awesome because we're setting boundaries.
Mm, mm,
Setting boundaries has made all the difference in making progress.
mm,
So
mm,
you want
mm.
me to, you want me to continue?
I do. I do. This is what it's for. Come on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what I did yesterday?
What you do?
Where's the list? Okay.
Yo.
So I have a virtual business address. I have an LLC. I have an EIN. I have a, was it DUNS number to build my business credit? Um, I got a business email. So it ain't at Gmail. It's at Sin City Investments LLC. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what else? No, just
Oh no, come on. Come on. Oh my
and
goodness.
what is it? I can't even think of the rest. I'm trying to think of it. Oh, so
Mm.
I still need to do like a logo, a website. I don't think I'll be fully functional or be ready to, go where I want, be where I want to be or be seen for a few months, but we started.
We started.
I made a business expense page, all that.
I'm like choking back tears right now. Like I'm for real. No,
Mhm.
I'm dead serious. I'm choking back tears. Like I'm like because I know you. We've talked and we've been in the DMs. We talked in the DMs and I've gotten to know you and know the passion for this that you have. So to see how even before you join my group, even if you never joined the private group, just knowing you
Mm.
and knowing how serious you've been about this, and then to hear what I just heard
Mm.
because of boundaries.
Awesome. Awesome. Boundaries, focus, discipline.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's me. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
you look.
Like, like I feel like this, how people talk to you when they want to talk to you?
Mm-hmm,
Like you talk to them when you want to talk to them.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm,
you booked and busy.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm,
can't answer the phone.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
They don't get it though.
mm-hmm,
And I was talking to my one cousin and we're like so like it's crazy. Like I hadn't talked to her in a while, but
mm-hmm,
she's like one of them people when you talk to you, I don't miss a beat, you know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And she like after we got off the phone, I was like, dang, I feel like I was talking to myself. But
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's
yeah.
awesome.
I,
You know what I mean?
I
When
know.
when you're talking, they just like they can keep up and they know what you're talking about. They don't have to stop you every 5 seconds, like, well, why would you do that? Or why this? Why that? You know what I mean? That we did the conversation just flow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's awesome. And I mean, I was telling her because I also invested in some. We ain't ready to
Okay.
unleash that one yet.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I was just kind of giving her a little tidbit, and I was like, girl, it's time to bet on me. And she was like, I know that's right. Like we just be on the same page. Other people don't some people just don't get it.
Mm.
But I mean, they'll catch up or not,
Or not.
whatever works.
Or
You
not.
know,
Whatever works.
that's not our journey. So
I, are you feeling okay? So you saying everything is good. You looking happier. You sound
yeah,
happier.
definitely.
Just even from the messages you've been sending me, you just sound happy. You,
Right.
let me ask you that question. Are you happy? Is Cynthia happy right now?
We getting there.
Okay.
But I
Mhm.
will tell you, I feel way different or have a different outlook than before I met you. Like, it's a totally different outlook. Like the day I told you, like, tomorrow's the first day of the rest of my life.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because, like, I've been sitting on what I've been thinking about for years.
Yeah.
But it was like, I'm not quitting my job. Like, how would I do that? Like, things just seem so impossible. But then when you sit there and think about, am I really going to sit here for the rest of my life? No, I don't think so. I'm going to
Mhm.
retire from here? No, I don't want to retire.
Mhm.
Not from nobody else's company.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It's just a matter of execution.
Execution. Execution. Exact. And you said the word. Like, I'm glad you said this word when you came in here because again, it switched the vibes. I know you mentioned networking, and we're gonna get to that. But you mentioned last week dead weight. I want to talk.
Mhm.
I want to talk about that because you just
Oh,
said
we
boundaries.
did. You know what? You know they say look at the signs. So I
Mm,
went outside today,
mm.
and the trees around my house are dead, and the leaves are just falling off. And I'm telling the kids, go ahead and pick off those sticks. Go ahead and pick them off. And I was like, we need to come out here and do this together. This is a sign. Hmm. Yep, that's what I thought today.
It's almost funny. Like you just want to laugh. It's just like
Just saying.
it's just
It's
saying, right,
literally
right.
dead weight. Like literally.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. Like again, that's why I'm so glad I get to talk about this stuff with you every week because I get it. I get it.
Mhm.
You know, and it can be hard, right? You talked about boundaries, and it can be hard trying to set boundaries with people because you may love them or you may really,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You love them. It's like, I hate to do this to you, but I gotta do this to you because
right,
if I don't, I'll go under. You are already under.
right,
And you comfortable
yeah,
being under.
right,
But I'll have you'll pull me with you under the water if I don't let go.
right. Oh, I have to post something that I don't know what he was reading from. I wish I could find out what he was reading from.
Mm-hmm.
But Ti posted something,
Mm.
and I have to post it in the group. I mean, I don't even know. Are we able to share in here right now? Like, I want to post it so bad, but it's because I can't remember it.
Yeah, you could post it in here. There's a chat down at the bottom. Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know. That's why when I'm on this and I don't see nothing else. So when you try to go to chat, where do you go? It's a
Uh, so you're on mobile, so it's a little,
um,
yeah, it's a little different. I'm on my Mac, so
yeah. See, today I was about to get on my new laptop, but
what
I
you
didn't
got?
do
So
it
you got a
till
new one. Look
afternoon.
at you. You know, all right, you
Oh
get set
yeah.
up. Let's go.
Because tax classes start on Monday, and I have to have my own laptop to not have a conflict of interest. So, we in here. But I needed it anyway. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I'm in here now. I don't know if I think I
I,
posted it to my page.
you got me so freaking happy. Like I'm
Oh, I mean, I could like honestly, I wanted to be on my big boss stuff today and be on the laptop. Like, what you gonna do? So like, he'd be like, we don't be on
I'm
phones no
ready to
more.
get
Where your
on.
laptop at? Like,
Hey, you got
like
next up.
once we get something new, we act like we been had it. Like I just got a week ago. No, I'm just playing.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's gonna be an asset. That's gonna be an asset to you. You know, when you make purchases, you know, again, at least from books I've always read, one book that I hold highly in my entrepreneurship journey is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And
Mm,
that book right there, you know, it talks about assets and liabilities. And he always talked about, you know, how the poor, you know, they constantly purchase liabilities. They constantly rack up liabilities. And like
mm-hmm,
in simple terms, liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. Assets are things that put money in. And so
mm-hmm,
if you're gonna spend money, you know, spend it on something that's gonna be an asset. And your biggest asset is your mind. So
right,
my first few months of when COVID hit, man,
mm-hmm,
I flew through like 10 books. I was reading like 5 books a day and just like constantly changing my mind. So my mindset's there. It's there.
mm-hmm.
I just now the physical just got to catch up.
So I'm about to tell you because I didn't want to get into it, but I'm gonna tell you this part.
Mm,
So I was telling her how I bet on myself. I paid $1,000 to get into something to gain
mm,
some information,
mm-hmm.
and they have like a course that's like a self-taught course for you to learn on your own. They also do Mindset Mondays.
Mm.
He said that you got to stop thinking like an employee. It's all about mindset. So in addition to him teaching you what he knows,
And your mom.
go there. We do a Mindset Monday.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I'm gonna learn on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
when he said that, I said, "Oh yeah, we'll go ahead and bet on me and
Yeah,
lose 1,000 if I do." I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
pretty sure I lost that 10 times over this year, but
exactly. Mm-hmm.
And so my mom, and then I'm telling them like, I ain't got it right now, but they got Afterpay.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
only got to pay
Oh.
$160 a month and start in December. So
Oh, wow.
sounds like a winner to me.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
and so
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my mom. She
Mm-hmm.
said something, and I said, I mean, she didn't truly like doubt it, but almost was like, because I told her I found it on Facebook, and that's where
Mm-hmm.
her hesitation was. And I'm like, it don't matter where I found it, it's
No.
what I found.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
I could have found it anywhere. Like, how would they reach any other people if it wasn't on a social platform,
Come on.
So
Yep.
I was telling her, I was like, I lose $1,000
Yeah.
to potentially make 100. You know
Come
what
on.
I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I said I'm
Exactly.
tired of spending money on BS. I want to spend money to make money.
Exactly.
So let's do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then my mom was like, "Girl, when do you sleep?" I was like, "Girl, I get about 4 or 5 hours." She
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh, that ain't good." I said, "Who told you that?" I said, "You got 24 hours in a day. If you sleeping for 8, you don't want it bad enough."
Mm, I hate. I
That
hate.
means you got 16. What? So 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They say you're supposed to sleep 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then what you got? 16?
Mm-hmm.
It works for 8.
Yo.
So what you got to give yourself? You got
Yo.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
You got responsibilities,
You gonna have those nights.
errands you got to
Mm-hmm.
run.
Mm-hmm.
When you gonna give yourself some time?
Mm-hmm. Gotta make it. Gotta make time.
I'm gonna wake up at 3 in the morning is
Mm-hmm.
when I'm gonna make
Mm-hmm.
time. When
Mm-hmm.
my kids asleep, when I
Mm-hmm.
ain't gotta be at nobody's job,
Exactly.
and we gonna fit it in.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some days I can work 12-hour days, but I'm
Mm.
not even giving myself an hour a day. That don't sound right. Yeah.
See, man, I'm about to go into so many different topics. I'm trying to restrain myself. But
I mean, always supposed to stay on dead weight, right?
yeah, no. We getting in there. But everything you saying is leading up to that. It all connects. That's the funny thing about entrepreneurship. Everything connects. Everything connects. We talk about dead weight, but everything connects. So let me start there. Again, we live on TikTok too. So for people who are in here as well, man, appreciate y'all for joining in. Again, this is Let's Just Talk Entrepreneurship, and I'm with Cynthia. And again, as two like-minded entrepreneurs, rising entrepreneurs. Again, we want to talk about dead weight today, and we're going to talk about it. I got a few questions lined up that I want to dig into Cynthia's mind. So we're just going to dive right on in. And again, shout out to you, Cynthia, because you brought this topic up.
Mhm.
And I always encourage my group members to give me questions, give me things y'all want to talk about. So thank you, because you came into this group strong. You were like, hey, we should talk about this. We should talk. No, I'm serious. And they're like, thank you for that. Thank you for throwing stuff at me, because that's what I want. I'm like, let's talk. This is all about talking. Let's just talk. So what you throwing in this topic here, I wanted to make sure I acknowledge that, and I wanted to address it today. So thank you. And we talking about it. And the first question I got for you, because I thought about this when I had literally thought about the topic, that is, when it comes to entrepreneurs and dead weight individuals, how exactly would you describe them? So what do they look like? What do they say? What are their mindset? Dead weight people.
Just, I would say small-minded people. Like, I would say people do things that they don't even know they're doing because they just don't think like you. Just like us.
Mm-hmm.
We might think big, they think small.
Mm-hmm.
We don't understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to always bump heads because we have a different thought process when it comes to the same situation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Ooh.
let's say I want to go back to school. I told
Mm-hmm.
somebody I want to go back to school and get this degree. They like, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
They don't get it.
Mm-mm.
Like when we talk that, or when you with like-minded people, like she said, what's understood don't got to be explained.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah. She said,
it
yeah.
just comes natural. It's like you didn't met your people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's a hindrance. If you always got to keep explaining yourself and feeling like people doubting you, or that like they don't think I can do it, well, I probably can't do it. No, you can do it. You need to stop listening to the people telling you can't because they think they can't. Why would you box yourself and what they think.
Exactly. Ooh.
Like, I don't know. I tell you, one person that I'm loving right now is Prime Time. I'm just saying. Because he like, what
Mm-hmm.
would make you think that your opinion of me would change how I feel about
How I
myself?
mean,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, where they do that at? I'm just like,
stop caring about what people think. You're right. Like
right.
you, that creates so much freedom when you don't care about
Mhm,
what people think. When I and
mhm,
I can give 2 cents about
right.
what people, I do not care what people think. That's why I post all I want to post. That's why I post.
Hmm.
Post. So many people are posting and they're making posts that tracing trendy things because they think it looks good. They think
Hmm.
it's what everyone's doing. So I'm gonna do this. Oh, I want to go where everyone else is at. Nobody wants to be original. So they
Right.
they care about what other people think.
Right. Yep. And then, I posted something one day, and it was pretty much about relationships and how um we always talk about the man, but we don't talk about us,
Mhm.
about the women and our shortcomings. Because
Ooh.
just like, I don't know, I'll just throw this out here, in a custody case, they always act like the mom has to have the kids, and that's not the case. You know
Mm.
what I mean? So we put so much on these men's shoulders, but at the same time, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
everybody got to be accountable. So I just feel like a lot of stuff that we do and we say that, should just be accepted is not right. You know what I mean? And nobody's talking about it. So I posted a meme about it, and one of the dudes inboxed me on Snapchat like, you about to get canceled. I said, yeah, they cancel me all they want. I said, all my people's on my page. No, I don't care. Like, I give two. You know what I'm saying? So, you just got here. Just, I said, just sit down in the back and be quiet and just, and enjoy the ride. That's all. I was like, who gonna cancel me from who? Cancel me from what? The internet? I was like,
Right. They gonna
and I
forget.
mean,
Come
like
on.
today, day and age, just even speaking on that portion, which is a totally different subject. Why is the world so sensitive? I mean, if Bernie Mac and all them was doing comedy now, nobody would be on TV. No comedians would be on TV.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real. And
Sensitive.
I feel like they so censored now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's why you have to
Like,
create your
it used
own.
to be raw and uncut
Yeah.
comedy. Like, they was talking about the world issues,
Exactly.
everything. And
Exactly.
nothing was off the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you say one thing and now you ain't got no money no more. Like, you ain't got no endorsements, no sponsors. Like, they shutting down everything for what?
Yeah. And that's the thing too. That's why you can't do it for the money. Because if you do it for the
Right.
money, you won't be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are original, when you be yourself, what's for you will come to you.
Mm-hmm.
What's for you will come to you. Your audience will find
Mm-hmm.
you. Your people will find you because they're like,
Right.
oh, I resonate with Cynthia. I resonate with Trey.
Mm-hmm.
He being himself. But if you trying to act like Sally when you were
Mm-hmm.
Samantha, or you know what I'm saying, like when or you trying to act like Bobby when you were freaking Jabari, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like nah, like that you not you. I mean, you're not them.
Right.
You need to be you. And so
Right.
originality is something I hold high. Oh my goodness. Like that's a whole topic in itself.
Oh yeah, you already know how many posts I posted about that. I
Oh,
posted one that said, "No matter what room I show up in, I'm showing up as me." You know, like nobody's gonna change who I am.
mm-mm,
You know what
mm-mm,
I mean? Like we could have a conversation, and let's say I'm so committed to an idea, but somebody presents it in a different way. I can always be open minded.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You always gotta be willing to learn and know that you don't
Absolutely.
know everything. But at the
Exactly.
same time, you still gotta be true to yourself. Don't like lately when I do speak my mind on what I want to do, it's a reoccurring theme, whether it be good or bad. People
Mm-hmm.
are always trying to push their agenda on me. I'll be like, I don't need no help. I didn't ask for no advice.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, whatever floats your boat.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't even tell them that's not why I called. I let them talk. And it go in one ear and out the other. Right. I'm like, I mean, and then you got to pick your battles. I was so ready to
Yeah.
always
Mm-hmm.
prove something to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't clearing nothing up.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
just gonna find out.
Yeah. Exactly. That's good. That's good. Pick your battles. I like that. I like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's good.
Because that's what I think one of my problems was. Like, I haven't even started therapy, but just talking to you and being in
Mm,
different circles lately, like,
mhm.
it's been therapeutic alone. Like,
It's been therapeutic.
I told somebody just now because I was not trying to explain the whole
I'm,
situation. I was trying to get off the phone for
I'm
this
about to go
call.
to therapy.
I said, I'm going to therapy at 6. Like, goodbye.
Yo, that's a snippet. That's a snippet. I'm making this into a snippet. This is gonna be a snippet. What you just said.
I'm just saying I did because it's the easiest thing to explain. And who gonna say, "Oh, girl, you ain't gotta go to therapy"?
Yo, you are hilarious.
I'm just saying, ain't nobody argue with therapy.
Yo, I love it. I love it. She said I'm in therapy.
I mean, it is like therapy, seriously though.
Oh man, you gotta stop it. Stop it now.
For
But I love it. I love you. And actually I had another question, but you literally just answered it. And that was like, how do you deal with the people that get offended by you, cutting them off and stuff? And you just said it. You pick your battles, but
real.
at the end of the day, like you said too, you allow what you want to hear to be heard. Like you're selective with your hearing.
And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's a whole vibe that I've been going through. It's a whole process. So
Yeah.
it ain't even like you got to cut people off all the way. You can love people from a distance. You could deal with them on your time, just like they did with you. But
Ooh.
you would still be in there every time they call. You know, like how they gonna be mad? They gonna be mad when you put a you on you. That's why. That's why. I don't understand it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good. Love people from afar, from a distance. You don't have to be, and that's the thing too. It goes back to people caring about what people think. When you
Mm-hmm.
try to cut off, when a lot of people need to and try to cut off dead weight, they care so much about being in that circle, that group people, the group of people at lunch that work with them. They care so much about those people inviting them to lunch, or they care so
Mm-hmm.
much about people talking to them and not being alone. People are afraid of being alone. That's
Mm-hmm.
another topic. That's a whole nother. People are afraid of being alone. They don't want to cut
Oh
people.
yeah, they are.
They
Oh,
don't.
my kids, my daughter, she gets so mad when my son calls her weird. And so I called her weird the other day. I was like, "You so weird." She was like, "That's mean." I said, "That's a compliment, girl. You want to be
That's a
like everybody else?"
compliment.
I said,
Yo,
"You want to be like everybody else?" I said, "I
yo.
want to be like everybody else."
Mhm,
Like I said, "Mommy's weird and mommy loves
mhm, mhm,
it." Right?
mhm, mhm,
I said, "When they call you weird, you should say thank you."
mhm,
Like, so
mhm.
yeah, you gotta, that's why when we even talked about what our kids are exposed to, you have to
Oh,
pour into them. You know what I mean? Like when we talk about pouring into ourselves,
mhm,
you got to pour into everything that's important to you.
mhm, mhm.
Period.
Period. Man, all right, hold on. All right, let because you about to get. I got so many different topics. Hold on. Let
That's
me.
why I said. That's why me too. Because we could be all over the place all night.
I'm taking notes because these are other topics I'm gonna ask later. Pouring into your children, like when it comes to entrepreneur, like that's a whole nother thing.
Mm.
Children. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. So, why is it important to get rid of dead weight? Why is that important? Like, why the
To
urgency?
progress, it's a hindrance. It's stopping you. I'll give this example.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you muted yourself. Hold on, you still on mute. Hold on, can you hear me? Oh, I don't think you can hear me. I don't think you mute. Yeah, I still can hear you. I don't know why.
Oh,
Oh, okay, there
somebody
we go.
called and then it put me on mute.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I just want to make sure
Can
we
you hear
hear you.
me?
I can hear you now. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yep. You're good.
Okay. So the example that I was trying to give, just throwing it out there, is
Mm-hmm.
like if you surround yourself with people on a different mission, how would they help you get to yours? Is pretty much like they on a different path than you. They coasting, they kicking it, they working, and they cool with it. We not. So in the beginning, when things come up, I feel like this is probably something that happens to a lot of us
Mm-hmm.
since it's been happening to me. You'll be like, you'll notice you're different. You think different than the majority. and then you feel out of place, like something's wrong here. You know what I mean? Like
You talking to
something's
my
wrong.
soul. Keep going.
Right.
Keep going. Keep going.
Something's
Keep going.
wrong. And then when you try to pinpoint what it is, and you're like, dang, they talking about this, I'm talking about this. And then eventually, as you get older, now you don't want to just be talking about this and they talking about that. You want to be with the people talking about the same thing as you, because they're going to help you get to the next level. But yeah, I think it would be a hindrance if you continue to have dead weight around you. And I feel, I mean, and they say this all the time. Before the rainbow comes the storm.
Mm.
So there's like one thing after another, after another, after another. And you think all this stuff is bad happening to you. It's just God making room. That's it. That's all.
And going
He
back
trying
to
to
what was
separate.
said.
He trying to separate. It's the great divide. That's when I wanted to name my business, but it wasn't available.
Oh, yo, that's nice.
like,
That's nice.
you either gotta vibrate higher or not.
Oh. And going back to what we kind of even said too, I think in the last call, you got to be uncomfortable. If you know what I'm saying, you got to be uncomfortable. It feels when you're growing, you know what I'm saying, or like even like we can go back to a woman giving birth pains, right? The more the baby's coming, the more the baby's getting ready to come, the kicking and the moving is getting ready, it's starting to hurt. It's it's starting to get more and more. It's like, oh man, hold on, whoa, it's starting to, it's something's about to happen. And it's the same way. Like as you're growing, you're growing and you're getting ready to evolve. Something is about to happen. Something is happening. You think it's gonna feel good? It's not
Right.
supposed to. It's not supposed to. Like why? And you wouldn't even want it to because I think you said this on the last call. If you don't fail, then how will you know what it feels like to succeed? How will
Right.
you be? You know what I'm saying? Like how would if you never fall? How do you know how it feels to get back up?
Right.
Come on, like. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So what I was gonna say is like with any change, there's gonna be resistance.
Resistance.
Resistance. It's in our nature. You just gotta go harder. That's all. Adapt.
Adapt. Okay, for people listening, for entrepreneurs that are listening, maybe on TikTok or they're listening on YouTube, people that are hearing you out, they're hearing, you, Cynthia, they're hearing you say, oh, you need to get rid of your dead weight. This is, what dead weight looks like. We kind of address those specific things. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even go into all of them. I'm going to say another one real quick.
Go ahead.
The people that fake congratulate you and you be thinking that you thinking too much. No, they really not rooting for you. Like, you just don't want to know because it's your sister, it's your brother, it's your mama, it's your daddy, it's your cousin, your best friend, your spouse.
Your spouse. Your spouse.
I'm just saying, it could be anybody.
You trying to cause divorces in here,
Cynthia. No,
don't
I ain't married. I don't got the problem. I'm just don't come on here blaming me because they let the wrong man put a ring on their finger. Now I'm just playing. I ain't talking about that today. I ain't talking about that.
Yo, you gonna have people around here, they gonna come over here and be
like, none of my business. I'll be quiet.
They gonna be somebody gonna come underneath and say, I left my man because of you.
I ain't tell her to do that. No, I just play. But she probably better for it. No, I'm just playing. But anyway. Oh, that's hilarious.
Nah, I love it. But okay, so then for those same people, I guess let's go a little bit more deeper into the aspect of what can happen when you don't cut off that weight. So we kind of touched on it a little bit, but you can get even more deeper in terms of like the warning that people need to hear if they don't. For those people that
the only thing I would say is birds of a feather flock together. If you don't let them go, you're going to be stuck right there with them. Like, that's where you want to be. So even one time a family member asked me for some advice that another family member gave them about a relationship. And I said, Well, I don't agree with that advice, but most times when it comes to relationships, I don't really try to intervene or say too
Mm-hmm.
much or really say extremes. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's not my business.
Mm-hmm.
So all I said was, well, if you want the relationship she got, do what she do. Doubt you want that. But hey, that's all I was gonna say. Make
Mm-hmm.
your own decision. You
Mm-hmm.
the only one that gotta live with it.
So what you
But
saying
yeah,
is, if you're saying if they don't cut it off, if you don't cut that dead weight off, eventually you will end up exactly like those people.
right. Yeah, most definitely.
Mm, because some people think that they can, some people think that they can still hang on and still progress. They think they can hang on to that boyfriend. They can hang
Not a
on to that.
not an option. It's a
Yep.
requirement.
Requirement.